What is up, guys? Oscar here with the new video, and this is going to be discussing Washington football team training camp day 8. So let's get started and let's talk about some news and some nuggets, some injury reports first, of course. Good news, Jonathan Allen and Daron Payne. Daron Payne is off the COVID list. John Allen looks to be okay. Obviously, day-to-day still with the hamstring injury. You never know with those hamstring injuries. But first practice with those guys back. Really, everyone is back except for Curtis Samuel. Really. So just we're just hoping that everyone gets back by week 1 of the regular season. Some good news for the Washington football team on the COVID-19 vaccination front is that 85% of our players are vaccinated, and I think that more are still waiting on their first shot. So that's a positive note right there. That Washington, the players are finally showing some unity, because at first, everyone was iffy all last week, saying that the COVID-19 vaccine, 70%, each their own. But when it comes to when it comes to work and your work is, American, sports and all that, and you need to make sure that everyone around you, just not your opponents, or as long as they're healthy, that's what matters at this point. Because especially with the new COVID restrictions that the NFL has put, like if a team, is, filled with filled with infections, and there's no makeup date, which there won't be this year, you will automatically forfeit the game. So that's something that Washington cannot afford. So we're just waiting for Curtis Samuel to come back. Cameron Curl was out sick, so he said Ron Rivera said nothing to worry about. He was just feeling under the weather. Some guys that were on the sideline, Matt Ioannidis was training on the side, trying to get back into shape, along with, I think, Calvin Harmon did not play at all. I don't know what's going on with him. He was working on the side as well. He was not in uniform or anything. So let's hope that Calvin Harmon is okay. Who else was on the side that I saw there? Man, it's probably going to come back to me after I wrap up the recording of this video. But anyways, so really today was a solid day for the quarterbacks. All quarterbacks were solid, including Steven Montez. Taylor Heinicke, best performance right now as at training camp. Ryan Fitzpatrick, it's looking like Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to be the day 1 starter. Even, who knows? This is just training camp. And this is just, right now what they're doing in practice is just two-hand touch or flag football. So we're going to have to wait and see, what happens when you get hit, when you're facing off opponents, and that won't happen until next Thursday. So hopefully, we get to see more. Good news is that there is going to be like a in-person training session or something like that tomorrow at FedEx Field. I'm not going to the training session because I have to, stay here and work. I work from home, so unfortunately I won't be able to make it. But, if y'all are going to the, training session, let me know how you like it. Some other news or some other, plays, let's break some down. Taylor Heinicke had had a solid day. Cam Sims had a few big catches. Terry McLaurin, enough. I'm not gonna mention Terry McLaurin anymore. It's already given that he's gonna have a good camp, no matter who's throwing him the football. Really, and that was proven in the last 2 years when he didn't have really good, solid quarterback play. So, Terry McLaurin is playing, phenomenal in training camp right now. Antonio Gibson had a few big runs. Taylor Heinicke actually had a run for a touchdown in training camp today, so that's good to say. He was looking to throw it to Antonio Gandy Golden, AGG, but all the pass lanes were covered, and really Taylor Heinicke just had to just decided to tuck it and run. So that's good to see that Washington mobile. That's what's needed right now. Benjamin St-Juste is continuing to improve and showcase his skills. Yet again, another solid day for Benjamin St-Juste. According to Zach Selby. Some other news. Also, John Allen and we got to see John Allen and Daron Payne back together again. Like I said, we're getting healthy. Washington is getting healthy now. So hopefully, Matt Ioannidis can be brought up back to speed. He right now is, offside trying to get back into conditioning and all that. So hopefully we get to see him back in there. Tim Settle had a sack. The Penguin had a good showing today as well. Jimmy Moreland had, I think, some knocked away some passes. Troy Apke, some more knocked down passes. Jamin Davis was in coverage in some of the plays and had was contesting Logan Thomas and the tight ends. Samis Reyes, that's who was not training today. So Samis Reyes, hopefully he's okay. He's still dealing with that ankle injury. Hopefully he's okay. So we're gonna have to wait and see what happens there. So let's see what happens with the defense. The defense is finally getting healthy. The band is getting back together. Chase Young, Montez Sweat, John Allen, Daron Payne. Those guys were in tune today. Each had either tackles for loss or sacks, which is good to see. That's what's needed, really. Let me see who else had some good honor. Let's see who else had some plays here. John Bostic showing his leadership. He has had a silent training camp up until now, but for what I'm hearing is that he is being more of that leadership role type of guy, and that's what we need, really. Hopefully we're gonna have to see what happens there. Like I said, John Bostic, I would not be surprised if he gets cut. Honestly speaking, Bobby McCain and Landon Collins were were the starting free safety and strong safety, respectively. So they got the start there. Let me see. So more of William Jackson III and Terry McLaurin's red zone defense and offense. What else could I say about that? These guys, I think they're itching for more competition. I think that they're, there's so much that you can do, facing against each other, that they're really itching for competition. We're 1 week away from preseason week 1. So let's see what happens. Kyle Allen still rehabbing that ankle injury, that leg injury. Kyle Allen, honestly speaking, I think he's going to be the third option. I really do. I think that Taylor Heinicke, if he does not get the starting job, I think he will be a backup. I think Kyle Allen's going to be the third option, and Steven Montez is going to be the quarantine quarterback at this point. Or maybe even Steven Montez could be that Taysom Hill role where he can do a special teams. Be on special teams. That's what really Taysom Hill did before he got that quarterback starting job. So we'll have to wait and see. But I honestly think that Kyle Allen should, he's not going to compete. He's not going to compete for a starting job as quarterback for the Washington football team this year. I honestly think that it's going to be all about Taylor Heinicke and Ryan Fitzpatrick. And Ryan Fitzpatrick right now has been the better quarterback. So I think Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to be the starter come week 1. But we'll have to wait and see. Who knows? Things can change within the preseason. So, yeah. Alrighty, guys. That'll do it for some notes and nuggets for Washington football team training camp day 8. The quarterbacks are, we're getting in sync today. All the quarterbacks had a solid day. So let me know what you guys think. Are there plays that I missed? Let me know in the comments down below. Until then, guys, some more videos are going to come up. I haven't forgotten about my Real Madrid content. I've just been doing, I've been focusing more on training camp and all that, but I will be posting some Real Madrid content with the regular season coming up in about a week's time. They have one more preseason game to go against Inter de Milan. Also, even though I'm not a Barca fan, I'm going to be discussing Lionel Messi just deciding to, quit Barcelona after Barcelona has some debts to pay off. I'll talk about that in a separate video. So that's what's coming up next. Until then, guys, keep it real. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.